David Lucas might have given himself a career-ending podcast today. He broke the ultimate rule of messing with children. It was really weird, really creepy. I don't know why you would joke about it, because that's what he's going to say, but it's on film, so you could judge for yourself. Now we have Too Lazy to Try. Made an excellent video here, so I didn't have to, so we could watch it while you're watching me watch it, and you know the thing. So let's not wait any longer. Too Lazy to Tries. David Lucas loses his mind after getting trolled. Here we go.
David Lucas embarrassing himself on Matan Evans' podcast. This was a rough one. I mean, pretty much every comment is talking about how cringy he was. And you could tell Matan was getting under his skin. And it's funny because David always claims he doesn't give a shit about what anybody thinks. You know, he's supposed to be an edgy comedian that doesn't get offended by anything. But that doesn't seem to be the case here. Like, Matan asked him about the George Floyd joke he made that he eventually apologized for. So, you know, it's a sensitive subject for him, but Matan asks him why he'd make the joke if he knows it could offend the black community or something like that. You know, he's kind of trolling him. That's how this podcast is. It's kind of like Eric Andre or Between Two Ferns. So when Matan asks him about the joke, David just keeps saying, I don't give a shit. I'm going to say whatever I want. I don't care what anybody thinks. But you can tell the question kind of gets to him, even though it's a joke. And he leans over and tries to intimidate Matan.
Let's give somebody some reference. A lot of people know you because you got canceled a couple of months ago for making a joke about George Floyd.
Did I really get canceled? Who canceled me?
Well, that's what they said online.
Oh, yeah. I mean, people were mad, but I mean, that's part of society. They be mad.
So, but they didn't cancel you, or what happened?
I'm still doing shows, dog.
So you're saying they tried, but it didn't work?
Yeah, I mean, you can't really cancel somebody like me who don't give a fuck.
Let me ask you this. Why would you make the joke about George Floyd when you have no idea how it can affect the black community?
Because I wanted to.
But what?
Because I wanted to.
But you don't know how it could affect black people.
Who gives a fuck?
But black people.
I wanted to do it.
But you don't know if it will offend them.
I wanted to do it.
But you're
well,
offending.
Let me offend them. I offend white people too. Now what? I'll offend your ass too.
Yeah, but you're allowed to offend white people.
I'll offend your ass
but
too.
Black people, it's off the table.
What's happening?
What is this? What, like this?
Bro, that's wild to me. You know, there's one thing that you just don't do, and that's mess with kids. You just don't do it. And the fact that a grown man, I mean, Matan is known for this, right? I just happened to see a little thing on him the other day. That's the only reason I know him. But he did this at like the Video Game Awards. He like trolls people to make like points, social points, or just points about society, whatever. But for a man, like Matan's 17, he's considered a minor. For a man to go on camera and then try and intimidate a kid is fucking wild, dog. It is fucking wild. I just don't know, man. I do not know how this Rogan sphere is collapsing. It's imploding. At the same time, there's a whole... I don't even know how to explain it. There's a whole thing going on, but there's still people lining up for it. You know what I mean? And these guys are just, it's not just a thing of free speech. They're being bullies. Like they're not saying these things, protect speech. They're saying these things to be bullies. And it's really not okay. It is really not okay. And I just do not understand what they're doing.
I'll offend you. You cute.
So
what was that?
he wasn't handling it very well, and it just kept getting worse from here. And like 20 minutes in, he's about to leave. And I think the only reason he was there in the first place is because he thought he's getting paid 10 grand for the appearance, which Matan probably told him just to get him on the podcast or just to mess with him. And, it could be a bit, but it definitely seems like David is being serious. And I believe he's delusional enough to think somebody give him 10 grand for a podcast appearance. So in the beginning, he's like, yeah, I'm cool with all this as long as I'm getting paid. But Matan's like, what are you talking about? And then David looks at his manager like, isn't this what we agreed on?
Hey, as long as you got that money ready for me at the end of this hour, I don't give a fuck.
Oh, I don't got anything.
Hey, man, I thought this was 10 grand, man.
10 grand? I could have got Charleston White for 10 grand. Okay.
So what about the money, though?
What about the money?
Yeah.
I would give it to you if I had some.
Nah, nigga, I'm about to call.
We could be like... We
They
could be
making
on
a
like a
call.
perpetual team.
All right.
Yo, they ain't got the money, bro.
But the camera's not. There's no camera on him.
I don't give a f.
The,
We don't need it to be on camera. I need my bread.
you need your bread. How much were you expecting to be?
You told me 10,000 in the text message, bro.
I would love to see it. Maybe that was Sam Hyde. He told you that. He tricked you. Because he's the one, in case anybody doesn't know, who set up this interview. Okay, let's move on. This is getting a little stale here.
That was crazy. The funny thing is he was like, as long as I get my 10 grand, because he was acting a fool because he thought he was going to get 10 grand for being on that podcast. And when he said it like trying to be insulting, you know? This isn't even the worst part, but I just point out how he's trying to flex on this kid's podcast, you know? And a kid was going to give him 10 grand. That's great. What's up with this guy in the corner, dude? It's damn, that's kind of creepy.
Yeah, so I definitely believe David actually thought he was going to get paid for this, and Matan was probably just trying to mess with him or just get him on the show. I mean, this kid is really good at trolling. Like, also, he kept handing David pictures of him, like AI pictures of him, really overweight, even more overweight, and you could tell David's like, all right, whatever, you're real funny. And then Matan's like, what, you don't like them? And David's like, I don't give a shit. You know, this happens to me all the time, and it's clearly getting to him.
Look at it. What's this? Oh, yeah. Put that right there.
You don't like them?
I don't give a fuck. I'm in the public image, bro. Shit like this will happen all the time.
So you don't mind it?
I don't care.
Okay.
Yeah. I like this little weirdo white. You're
like
not white. Yeah, you don't.
Oh, so you think I'm like funny guy?
You do a lot of crazy stuff with a straight face, which makes me laugh. I like weird shit. So like
So are you laughing with me or at me?
at you.
Oh, fuck.
You 17 though?
17 years old.
What high school you go to?
I don't go to high school anymore. Online school.
So it would get really awkward, and then David would just burst out laughing randomly. And I think since
Also, before we go on, notice that David asked what age he was when you see the following. I'm just saying. He knew. You can't say he didn't know. No, he knew. Yeah, he knew. Okay.
David didn't know what to do and wasn't funny at all, he just started doing gross and creepy shit. Like at one point, he started itching his ass and was trying to make everybody smell it. And then he kept telling Matan to take his shirt off for some reason. I mean, this was just such a weird appearance. I don't know what was going on, but he was gnarly.
I'll put my hand in my ass and make you smell it, bitch. Come here, nigga. Put that shit in your face now. You want to smell it, nigga?
Not particularly.
I'll make him smell it. Oh, let's see if your ass talk now, man. I bet you say, goddamn, I put that shit up under that
Listen,
door.
we need to get back to the podcast. all right?
That t-shirt ain't gonna cover it up, bro. You still gonna smell this ass. I ain't took no shower and I'm straight off a plane, boy. This shit.
Is that something to be bragging about?
I don't know. Let's smell up under that jacket. Take that jacket off.
Well, I
Let
don't.
us see that pale ass.
I don't have
chest.
shit all over me.
Let's see that pale ass. Take that jacket off.
You're like one of those Indian guys.
Take that
post on
jacket off.
Twitter.
Take that jacket off. Let's see.
Under it is just a
You
normal
probably
shirt.
naked up under that bitch. Let's see.
No, I only wear this jacket.
Let me see it. Take it off.
I can't. That's
me see.
not on camera.
Take it off.
No, it's not allowed. Be careful. I have a weapon on me.
I don't give a fuck about no weapon.
I got.
And then after David did that, he kept touching his face and his eyes, which was just disgusting. I mean, the whole time he's just doing gross shit. And then Matan made a joke about him being a predator, and David got all offended. He's like, don't joke about something like that. That's serious.
But Thrones, what is you talking about, bro? What is you talking about?
Because I thought you were trying to.
You
flip
on
it
some
me.
weird
I
shit.
called you a predator.
I'm not a predator.
No, for sure.
Skip the question, bro. We ain't even finna entertain that bullshit you talking about right now, because I got children, and that's a very sensitive
Move
topic.
past it.
Yeah.
How many hours do you think it would take you to run a mile?
I did a.
The manager laughed at you.
And it's crazy this 17-year-old kid is 100 times funnier than this professional comedian. I mean, David's
Damn.
sense of humor is him like farting and itching his ass and doing all this gross shit that only he was laughing at.
You stay.
That's one of the things. The whole Rogan sphere is just dumb. Like it's like third grader jokes. You know, I was listening to a podcast and Joe Rogan's like trying to see what was going on, right? And like 15 minutes of his podcast was talking about penises. And I just couldn't believe, like, I have never had a lengthy conversation about a penis like that. You know what I mean? Like lengthy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's like child humor. Like the stuff you joke about when you're kids, these dumb fart jokes and like ho 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 bend over. That's like the whole Rogan sphere. No wonder none of them are funny. And then look at this is a kid, man. He's going on a kid's show. Dude, this is wild, man. This is wild. Dude, this is just getting dark, man. The more you look into these guys, they have no respect for anything. They just think the world's their playground because Joe Rogan gave them the nod, you know? And these guys are just acting like animals. He's at a kid's jumping on a chair and on the kid's desk. Like, dude, they're just acting so crazy.
Ending.
Yeah, I feel like a rock star.
The table's about to collapse. I gotta back up from this.
Earthquake. I'm about to fart in this nigga face. That's gonna be different. You gotta scratch the ass. Scratch the ass so you can smell it.
So he was
Bro, this is so maniacal. This is just like insane. I said it, with Brendan Schaub's wife, I said it. It is absolutely insane how like they just disregard everything. This is just not right, man. It is not right at all. Like this is this is wild. I don't know. I don't think David comes back from I think people distance themselves from him now. You won't see him at the Comedy Mothership. And if you do see him at the Comedy Mothership, oof. That is a statement that I just don't think you want to make. I don't think you want to side with that. If you're going to side with your friend because he's your homie, you need to do it on the down low or something, because if you side with him now, this is bad, man. This is wild. And this is Matan's whole thing. He's letting this play out. He's letting this guy, he's playing this guy the whole time. He's not doing anything but allowing him to be an idiot. I mean, for being 17, this kid is really, really smart. And he's given David Lucas the space to be an idiot. And he doesn't have to be insulting. He doesn't have to, all he's doing is just kind of pushing him in a certain direction.
was completely out of control. I mean, this was unbelievable. And it's funny he got offended when Matan made a joke about him being a predator, because then he started to act really creepy and he kept trying to touch him and he kept saying weird stuff to him. And at one point, for some reason, he pulled up some corn on his phone and showed that to him. So I don't know what.
Did he say he pulled up some porn and Bro, is this guy going to get charges? This is crazy that this is on camera. Matan just ended this guy. This is kind of wild. Like, Matan just ended David Lucas. This is wild, man. He showed porn to a kid. Bro. Shit's fucked, dude. What's wrong with him, man?
What he was doing here. I mean, apparently he doesn't handle getting trolled very well. You know, I think Matan just made him completely lose it. I mean, this was another level of cringe. You know, it's one thing to have an awkward podcast and like not have a funny appearance, but this, I don't even know how to describe what was going on here.
Are we in a safe space?
We safe space.
Think about that.
That's what, like, dude, I'm not doing well on this one, man. That's what, like, child molesters say to people. Are we in a safe? What the fuck, dude? I'm just gonna let this play out.
What is this? You keep showing me like a juice. They're pretty cheap, like 20.
Kind of cute.
Me? You're saying this
Little
about me,
earring.
I'm 17.
You're older than 17.
I promise I'm 17.
Let me see.
I
Let me see
swear.
your ID.
I don't have an ID because I'm 17.
Come over. Come over. Come over.
You're hostile podcast.
Get real nice and close like we in prison.
You had your.
Sit that little pale booty down.
Why do you want me so close?
I want you right here. I want you right here.
It's getting weird.
I want you right here.
I'm gonna take your manager's chair. A lot of leftist politicians.
Come over here so I can hear you closer.
Because you're gonna grab them. You're gonna grab the notes. This is what everybody does.
Man, I ain't playing your little games.
Fuck you, man. I put so much effort into that shit and you won't even smell it.
Let me rub your back.
You won't even smell it.
Let me rub your
Why
back.
are you touching on my man? It's a bad character trait. How old are your
So it was an interesting appearance, and of course he just got roasted in the comments. Like somebody said, why can't you get a real comedian on like Brendan Schaub? And nobody laughs more at David Lucas's jokes than David Lucas. And David Lucas is really good at making me not like him. And yeah, if this is somebody's introduction to him on this podcast, they're probably like, what the hell is this guy's deal? Like, there's no way he's a comedian. I mean, he wasn't funny at all, and he's really bad at handling getting trolled and playing into the jokes. And also expecting to get paid 10 grand is kind of cringy. So this was just a rough appearance for him. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments. And if you want to hear more about David Lucas and just all the Kill Tony drama going on, I cover it over on Patreon. There's a lot of stuff happening. So if you want to keep up with that and just get access to over 90 exclusive videos, make sure you check it out. There'll be a link in the description.
Sorry about that, guys. That just made me like really angry.
All right, so Joe Rogan.
Sorry about
I'm
that.
straight off.
That just you just don't do that, man. That's on camera, dog. Yeah, that's it.